Good morning. We will start session 7 on chapter electricity. We'll continue with the exercise numericals. We completed the MCQs numericals yesterday's session. Question number 6. A copper wire has a diameter. This is a similar type of a sum of a resistivity sum which we had done in the worked examples. A copper wire has a diameter is 0.5 millimeter. We know how to convert millimeter into meter, which is nothing but here we get that as 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, right? We can also write this as 5 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Therefore, radius of the wire is 5 by 2 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Same as the conversion what we have done for the previous sum. Then what they have given? Resistivity. Rho is given 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. What will be the length of the wire? We have to find out if the resistance is 10 ohms. This is the first part of the question. Second part of the question what we have is how much does the resistance change if the diameter of the wire is doubled? Then we have the length. Let us first calculate the length here. So with this formula what do we know? We know that before that area we have to find, right? Area A is equal to area of cross section of wire, that is equal to pi r square. Write that as it is. Formula. So resistance is equal to rho L by A. So let's transpose whatever you want here. Now length we have to find. First let us put the values equally. Resistance is 10. What is rho? Rho is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8 into L divided by pi r square. Keep this L as it is. Transpose everything this side. 10 into 22 by 7 into r square. What is r? 5 by 2 into 5 by 2 into 10 raised to minus 4 whole square. Right? 10 raised to minus 2 times. Then divided by what it will come? Into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. I just took that down. Let me write it quickly. I'll do one thing. I'll write it on this side. Okay. We'll first write this and then we'll take that down if you want. So, I'll do it here, children. 10 into 22 by 7 into we'll write together into 10 raised to minus 4 into 5 by 2 into 10 raised to minus 4 is equal to L. So this as 4 divided by, we can consider this part will come down, which is nothing but 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. Let's all segregate them and write it neatly now. L is equal to 10 into 22 into 5 into 5 into 10 raised to minus 8. Okay? Divided by 1.6 into 7 into 2 into 2 into 10 raised to minus 8. Both the places we have 10 raised to minus 8 as well as 10 raised to minus 8. Directly we can cancel this. Then see what best you can cancel. 2 ones are, 2 11s are, then 2 ones are, 2 5s are. Any more numbers you can cancel? No. So 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125 into 11 divided by 1.6 into 7, that is L. I'll just give you the final answer, multiply and then divide by the number given here. So what you will get here is 122 0.72 meters is the value for the length. Okay, is this part very clear? Now second part we have to solve. Now what is the second part? how much does the resistance change? Shall I just erase few things here, children, so that I will, okay, is this part very clear? I'll erase this part only now. Okay, so we will rewrite this L value. Now L value is how much? 122.72 meter. Second part, how much does the resistance change if the diameter is doubled? Diameter is equal to 2 into 5 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter, right? So which is nothing but 10 into 10 raised to minus 4, which is nothing but 10 raised to 1 and 10 raised to minus 4, 1 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Therefore, what will be the radius? Radius is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. What is the length? Length is 122.72 meter. And anything else is given? Yes, resistivity will be the same thing. Because how much ever big is the wire? The wire is so small, wire is so big. Resistivity will not change. We know that it remains constant. That is what we studied in the chapter. Resistivity is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. Now find the resistance. Resistance is equal to rho. Again, we need not write this. We know what is the value. L by A. So rho is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8 into L is 122.72 divided by 22 by 7 into r square, that is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 10 raised to minus 6, right? 3 raised to 2. Let's bring all the reciprocal part here, which will go up. 1.6 into, you want, you can cancel here also, 2 ones are 2 11s, or at once only we do it. 10 raised to minus 8 into is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. A bit more calculations what you have here. 7 into whole reciprocal, when it comes on top, what you will have? You will have 7 into 2 into 2 into 10 raised to into 2. Sorry, that's all. Whole divided by 22 into 10 raised to minus 6. Correct? See, what I did was, I kept this as this. This part I took a reciprocal, which I got 7 into 2 into 2 in the numerator part, and in the denominator I had it as 22 into 10 raised to 6. So we have 2 ones are, 2 11s are. So I don't think any other number will be divisible by 11 here. So 10 raised to minus 6, and this you can cancel this further. I'll give you the final answer, children, but you know how to divide this. Okay, see, multiply this 1.6 into 122.72 into 7 into 2. You will get a number. 10 raised to minus 8 and 10 raised to plus 6 will be 10 raised to minus 2. Minus 8 plus 6. When you get, you will get plus 2. 10 raised to plus 2. With that value, the final answer will be here. See, we have 10 raised to minus 2 only. 250.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 ohms. So if I shift the decimal, it is 2.5 ohms. Division, you know how. 11 ones are table, you used to divide everything here. That will be much simple, but multiplication is a bit lengthier. This is how you calculate it. Therefore, the length of the wire is 122 meter. Give the conclusion. And the new resistance is 2.5 ohms. Next, 7th one. So the values of the current and the voltage is given here. We have to first plot a graph for this. So you can take a graph sheet and you can paste it, or you can even draw it in your book as it is. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is nothing but Ohm's law graph, children. What you actually get here is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the values are given like that, I will just consider this. Scale you need to mention. X-axis 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter. Y-axis 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. So when I plot here 0.5 and when the current is 0.5, when the voltage is 1.6, current is 0.5. Voltage is 1.6 will come somewhere here, 0.5 will come somewhere here. Next, when the voltage is 3.4, so 2 and 3 will come here. Next, this is 3.4. So, yeah, it is 1, sorry, it is 1. So this comes here. Next, what we have is 6.7 is the voltage, 2 is the current, 6.7 is the voltage and 2 is the current will come here. Next is 10.2 is the voltage and 3 is the current. So and the next is 13.2. Okay, still it goes. 12 and this part is 13 and the voltage is how much? I think it is 4. Okay, my graph doesn't allow me because I have drawn. It has actually to come in a straight line. That you actually have to remember this. Okay, now we have to calculate what here? Plot the graph between V and Y and calculate the resistance of that resistor. So, which now whenever we plot a graph with respect to this voltage across a current, what is it? It is nothing but the Ohm's law. So what do we get actually here? We get resistance R as a constant. So what resistance you find across any of the resistor, R has to be constant here. But now how to find the resistor? We study that in coordinate geometry, but actually you don't study about slope in that. This line what we have drawn is called a slope. How to define a slope if I ask you? So slope, question number 7, right? Slope is defined as y-intercept, the point which cuts the y-intercept or point which the point where the straight line intersect divided by x-intercept. Now y-intercept, when I talk about, take any point, let me take this only. So if I bring this down here and if I bring it here, so how much it comes? This point is for 10.2, right? And this point is for how much? It is for 3. So x-intercept value is y-intercept value, first we have to always read. That value we have to always read. 10.2 what it is there. So it is 10.2 divided by, simple, what is y-intercept by x-intercept here, children? 10.2 is nothing but voltage and this is I, where slope is nothing but resistance. Remember that much in your syllabus what you have. Take any value and when you divide this, 10.2 with respect to it is cutting for 3. So 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12. When you check across other resistors, you get value as 3.33, 3.34 or 3.3. Approximately the value is 3.4 only because R is constant. So this is how you calculate this. We'll quickly move to the next one, 8th one. When a 12 volt battery is connected across an unknown resistor, so it is a 12 volt connected across an unknown resistor, there is a current of 2.5 milliampere, that is 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. Milli is 10 raised to minus 3 and micro is 10 raised to minus 6. We know that. Find the value of the resistance of the resistor. Isn't it a very direct question? V is equal to IR. That's all what you have to do. Homework, children. What I am giving you here is. So in today's session, Eighth one is for homework in exercise questions. Let's start with the next one. A battery of 9 volt. A battery of 9 volt is connected in series with the resistors. R1 is 0.2 ohms, R2 is 0.3 ohms, R3 is 0.4, R4 is 0.5 ohms, and R5 is 12 ohms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there are 5 resistors respectively. How much current would flow through a 12 ohm resistor? Now they are connected in series. So see, usually what mistake we do? How much current would flow through 12 ohm resistor means we know the formula. V is equal to IR, where V is 9, I we have to find out, and resistance is 12. We apply this formula, right? It is wrong. Why? How much current would flow through 12 ohm resistor? Now, these all are connected in series. Whatever current is flowing through 0.2 ohms, the same will flow in 0.3, the same will flow in 0.4, 0.5 as well as 12 ohm resistor. Why? Because they are connected in series. Their current flows across all the resistors same. That means first I have to find the equivalent resistance here. That is 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.4 plus 0.5 plus 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So when I add this 13 plus, this 12 ohms, 13.4. 0.4 what I get here is ohms. Now we can do V is equal to IR. Whatever current is flowing through 12 will flow through this, because the maximum resistance is this what we have. So what is V? 9. What is I? We have to find. What is resistance? 13.4. So current is equal to 9 upon 13.4. Long division. Answer is 0.671 ampere. Please give the conclusion. So the current flowing across 12 ohm resistor is 0.671 amperes. Remember this question. There are chances of going wrong. Now tomorrow if I change the question and ask you what is the current flowing across 0.5 ohms, it is the same. Current flowing across 0.2 ohms, it is the same. So they could have simply given the question as what is the current flowing in the resistor, right? But to confuse us, they have given one resistor here. Since it is connected in series, we have to take equivalent resistance and find. Tenth one. How many 176 ohm resistors in parallel are required to carry a current of 5 amperes on a line of 220 volt? So we have to find how many resistors where each resistor has a resistance of 176 ohms. Okay. So first of all, according to the question, R equivalent we have to find. Each resistor has a resistance of 176 ohms. Such, how many resistors I have to connect in parallel so that it will draw the current of 5 amperes in 220 volt line. Let's find out. 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus how many times? N times. So 1 by R equivalent is equal to N into 1 upon, what is the resistance there? 176. So 1 upon R equivalent is equal to N upon 176. R equivalent is equal to 176 upon N. Keep this as it is. Now, we know that V is equal to IR. Okay. So, what is V? Substitute. 220. What is I? 5. What is R? R is nothing but 176 by N. Cross multiply. N is equal to 5 into 176 divided by 220. Divisible by 11. So 11 2s are 0, 11 1s are, and 11 6s are. 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20, 5 and 5. N is equal to 4. Give the conclusion. Therefore, 4 resistors of 176 ohms are to be connected in parallel to carry a current of 5 amperes on a 220 volt line. Same question, I have repeated it in the conclusion. The conclusion is must and should children when you write this. Next, see 11th question here. How should you connect the 3 resistors of each of resistance 6 ohms so that the combination has resistance of 9 ohms and 4 ohms. So I have R1, R2 and R3 each of 6 ohms. I have to make a combination such that I get 9 ohms and I get 4 ohms. Now you know how to make this combination, which is in series, which is in parallel, with the trick what I have taught you in the worked examples, in the exercise in between what we had. So this one I am marking for homework for you all. 11th one is marked as a homework. Also draw the circuit diagram where to finalize that what has to be connected in series and what has to be connected in parallel. Next, it's again the similar type of a question. Several electric bulbs are designed to use on several electric bulbs. So how many electric bulbs we don't know, question mark, are designed to be used on a 220 volt line on a supply which is rated at 10 watt. Don't get confused with this watt here, it's only given for the information. How many lamps are to be connected in parallel with across 2 wires of 220 volt line if the maximum allowable current is 5 amperes. Now look at the previous question. There we knew the resistance of a resistor, which resistor is nothing but a bulb. Okay, here it is a bulb. There we knew what was the resistance of the given material, but here we are not aware what is the resistance. Let us first calculate the resistance. Okay, yeah, sorry, power is required here. Otherwise, how do I calculate resistance? So, P is equal to, how much they have given here? 10 watt. Resistance of a bulb is given by the expression, or what we can say here is, where the bulb has a rating of 10 watt. Using this, we have to find the resistance. Now, only if I find using V and I, it will be different. Since they have given us the power also, let's make use of this. What is the formula? Power is equal to V square by R. With this, we can find the resistance. So, R is equal to V square by P. So, V is 220. See, why can't we do like this, children? V is equal to IR. So, we can't do this because we want to know how many resistors are to be connected. That resistance is drawing a power of 10 watt. So, that means using power. For that particular power, what is the resistance we need to find? Not only with respect to voltage and current. For a particular power generation, for how much watt, what is the resistance? Because if I change the power, the resistance also will change in accordance to it. That you remember. So 220 into 220 divided by 10. So 22 into 22 is 4840. So now I know the resistance. How many such resistance are to be connected in parallel so that maximum current drawn by it is 5 amperes. Now did you get the question? Now follow our old thing only, how we write. Find R equivalent. R equivalent, because they have to be connected in parallel. 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus dash dash up to how many times? N times. We don't know how many are there. So 1 by R equivalent is equal to N upon 4840. Therefore, R equivalent is equal to 4840 by N. Now use thing. We know that V is equal to IR. On what voltage it is? On 220. Maximum current 5. What is that resistance? 4840 by N. Cross multiply. N is equal to 5 into 4840 divided by 220. 2 11s are 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 0. So 11 10s are 11 2s are 22, 11 2s are 22, 0. So 22 into 5, 110. Give the conclusion. Therefore, number of electric bulbs of resistance 4840 are, therefore 110 electric bulbs of resistance 4840 are to be connected in parallel. That's all, right? Next one. Of an electric 13th one, and hot plate of an electric oven connected to a 220 volt line has two resistance coil A and B each of 24 resistance. So A is 24 ohms where B is also 24 ohms. Resistance is equal to, which will be used separately in series or in parallel when the current. What are the current in these cases? Okay, so there are two resistance 24 and 24 ohms in A and B. Two cases what we have, which is connected to a oven of a 220 volt line. So what are the current in each cases? Now each cases means, first of all, in series or in parallel what they are connected. First let us take it in series. If it is in series, then Rs is equal to R1 plus R2, that is nothing but A plus B what we do here. So it is 1 by 20, not required A plus B, we will write here as, where resistance is equal to, or resistance is nothing but A is equal to 24 ohms and B is equal to 24 ohms. Okay. So 24 plus 24, 48 ohms. So let us find the current. V is equal to IR. 220 is equal to I into 48. I is equal to 220 divided by 48. So where I is equal to 4.58 amperes. So this is the current if it is connected in series. Actually the question is which may be used separately in series or in parallel. I did not read separately first. So okay, first we'll find series, then I'll find parallel, then I will find separately. Separately means this is only one resistor, what is the current? This is simple single resistor, what is the current? Irrespectively what they are being used. Let us first find series, parallel and then separately we will do. next is parallel. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So 1 by 24 plus 1 by 24. See one formula here, children. I'll give you easily. How do you do this? R1 into R2, R2 plus R1, right? When we cross multiply, can be written as R1 plus R2 divided by R1 into R2. So parallel combination, directly we can write it as sum of the resistance divided by product of the resistance. Remember this one formula. So 2 by 24, which is 1 by 12. So Rp is 12 ohms. So V is equal to IR. 220 is equal to I into 12, where I is equal to 220 divided by 12, where current is 18.33 amperes when connected in parallel. Now let us see when they are connected separately. Okay, so when they are connected separately, let us A is equal to 24 and B is equal to 24. Any one resistance what you can choose here. Either of one, but it will be the same running across A as well as it is running across B. V is equal to IR. So it is 220 is equal to I into 24. I is equal to 220 by 24. Current is 9.166 amperes. So current flowing across the circuit when these two resistors are connected in series is 4.58 amperes. When these two resistors are connected in parallel, current flowing is 18.33 amperes. When we connect separately, that is 24 ohms or 24 ohms, any one I can choose here. I have only chosen one. This as well as this, what it will come up to as? It will come up to as 9.166 amperes. So you need not add them together. So when a resistance of 24 ohms with what you can say here as with a voltage of 220 volt, I mean to find the current, this is to find the current, that is the answer. Same thing is B also there. See, luckily what has happened, our both resistance are same, right? So we need not find for B again. You find for A, it is found for B as well. In case, assume that this was 22. Just assume. Of course, R1, R2 and R1 by R2 would be different only. This also would be different. I should have calculated again for B also, because A is different and B is different. But here we have both A and B same. So whatever is flowing through A should flow through B also, because it has a same resistance. Series, parallel, separately. Very clear? We'll quickly move on to the next one. Please give the conclusion, final answer. So there are very few sums. Another 4 sums should be done. With that, we'll also be completing this chapter. The next one. Compare the power used in a 2 ohm resistor in the following circuits. So in this first one is a battery of 6 volt in series with 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistor, and second part is a 4 volt battery in parallel with 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistor. That means there is a 2 ohm resistor. With this 2 ohm resistor, I am connecting another resistor first time in series. I am also connecting this 2 ohm resistor with another resistors in parallel. So how we will write this question as, let us keep this as it is. Calculate the power, right? Okay. So V is equal to 6 volt. R1 we will write here series. R1 is equal to 1 ohm. R2 is equal to 2 ohms. First we'll finish with this much, and after that we will first let us first find R series, that is R equivalent. R1 plus R2, that is 1 plus 2. R series is equal to 3 ohms, right? According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So voltage is 6, current we have to find, this is 3. So I is equal to 6 by 3. Current flowing is 2 amperes. Keep this as it is. Let us highlight all. Now next, with reference to this, I have to find the power. So what is the formula to find power with respect to current, children? Why did we find current here? Because we had to find power. So with respect to this, write the formula. P is equal to I square R. So what is I here now? 2 into 2. What is R here? Is R 3 ohms or is R, according to the question, 2 ohms? Let's understand the question clearly now. Compare the power used in a 2 ohm resistor. So I will also write here power is equal to question mark or R given as 2 ohms. Let us first write here. Compare the power used in a 2 ohm resistor. Directly we could have taken here, but what was the requirement of finding 3 ohm? What was the requirement of finding R equivalent here? That's only because these are connected in series. To find the equivalent current, what is flowing in the circuit, I have to find the equivalent resistance first. Only with using this, I can't use the power formula with anything else and find it, right? Power formula will also come in terms of V and other things also. I can't be using it. See, in the previous sum only, what did we use as a power formula? We had used this as power is equal to V square by R. Have I used this? But here R, this R is in turn connected with another resistor. That means I have to find the current for this. With that only I have to find. See, there are so many complications. We know that given formula, given condition, any given suitable formula we can use. It is not like that. Understand the question. Compare the power in accordance with 2 ohm resistor when it is connected in series with 1 ohm. What is the power? Why they had to give this? That's only because we also have to find the current flowing in the circuit. With that respect, we find the power. So here it is 2 into 2 into resistance is also 2, right? Given? Yes. Power is equal to 8 watt. Let's find the next one. Okay, so in second part, now what have they given here is, now voltage is 4 volt and R1 is 12 ohms and R2 is 2 ohm. These are the two resistors, right? So we have to find the power. Now again, if I just come to the previous one here, children, series connection, what will happen in series connection? Current is same, voltage is different, right? Now current is same, so we found the equivalent current here which is flowing in the circuit. With that respect we found. That is why I can't find this power formula with respect to voltage. Why? Because in series voltage will differ, right? That is why I had to use this. Now when I talk about in parallel connection, what will happen in parallel connection? Voltage across 12 ohm is also 4 volt here. Voltage across this is also the same. Voltage will not change. Here voltage would have been differed in each cases, but here voltage will not differ. So what we will do here is directly we can apply the formula. What formula you can apply here? P is equal to V square by R. Right? Why? Because voltage across each resistor is the same. Here voltage across the given resistors are not same. They have given us two resistors with what? We have connected this resistor with this. If I check the voltage here, it has to be different because it is a series connection. I can apply the direct formula here because in parallel voltage remains same and current is different. So apply it directly. P is equal to 4 into 4 where R is 2. This R we consider because it is a 2 ohm resistor. 2 ones are 2 twos are 4 twos are 8 1. So power is 8 watt. Therefore the power used by a 2 ohm resistor is 8 watts. Okay. Is this concept very clear? Quite a tricky sum it is. If in case you can write the reason. I have mentioned the reason in the notes. You can just go through the correct reason why did we use the formula it's given here. What I have explained, I have clearly written them in the notes. You can use this. Next one. Yeah, before I go to the next sum, I will once again give you the a shortcut formula for parallel connection because that time when I wrote it was only for R equivalent. After taking reciprocal I had not written it. I'll just give you that formula. Now see, 1 upon R equivalent when we write only for parallel it is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So what we do? We take LCM R1, R2. So this is R2 plus R1. This is 1 by R equivalent, right? We want R equivalent reciprocal R1 into R2 divided by, and right, R1 plus R2 both are same. So R equivalent in parallel connection is given as product of the resistance divided by sum of the resistance. I went wrong in the previous. I gave you 1 by R equivalent. This 1 by R equivalent reciprocal we take always. So whatever answer we get at as, for example, it is we got as 7 by 12. Okay, we got this as 1 by 12. What is R equivalent? Is 12. Reciprocal we take, right? That is what it is. Product of the resistance divided by sum of the resistance. Directly you can apply this if you want. Otherwise, you know this how to do. Go ahead with the same. The next one. 2 lamps, one rated 100 watt, 15th one. So I'll just write it as one part here. One rated 100 watt, P is equal to 100 watt at 220 volts, and another at, this is P1, this is P2, 60 watt at 220 volts are connected in parallel to the electric main supply. So what is the current drawn from the line if the supply voltage is 220? So they are connected in parallel. So what is the current drawn? What they are finding out here is, so these bulbs are connected in parallel, therefore the potential difference now here. They are connected in parallel, that is why what is the same? Voltage across the bulbs is the same because in parallel V remains the constant. So what is the formula we have with respect to this? We know that P is equal to VI. So first one, P1 is the current we have to find, right? P1 is equal to V of I1. So P1 is how much? 100 is equal to V is 220 into I. I is 100 divided by 220, 0, 0. I'll just keep this as it is. I1 10 by 22, 2 5s are 2 11s are. I1 is 5 by 11 ampere. Keep this as it is. Second part. P2 is equal to VI2. What is P2 here? 60 is equal to 220 into I2. So I2 is equal to 60 divided by 220. 0, 0. So 2 3s are 2 11s are. Where I2 is equal to 3 by 11 ampere. What they have asked here? What is the current drawn from the line? So hence the current drawn is, therefore I is equal to I1 plus I2. So 5 by 11 plus 3 by 11, 8 by 11 ampere. You can keep this answer as it is, or 0.727. It's a direct answer what I have written, or keep that as 8 by 11 amperes. The total current drawn in the line. This will be the answer. And the next one is very simple. It's just one line answer. What we can do it here. See, children, here sometimes in the notes how I have solved it, formula wise, this wise, I have changed while doing it in the board. So please make a note. Exactly what I have done in the simplest manner, simplest method, I have applied it here, right? The next one. One, which uses more energy. So a first part where a power is of 250 watt. This is a TV. First one is a TV used for 1 hour. So let us calculate which uses more energy. Energy is equal to power into time. I know that I had told you to convert energy in terms of kilowatt whenever we calculate what you say, energy. It's okay. If you calculate here, you don't calculate here also, it is fine, because you are not calculating the final bill. But still we'll consider 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. So 250 watt is equal to how much? So 250 divided by 1000, 0, 0. 25 by 100, 25 ones are 25 fours are. You will get answer in terms of fraction. So what best we do, children, here is to avoid confusion. We'll keep this in watt only. We are just comparing. We are not finding the final energy or whatever it is. So E is equal to P into T. Time in hours only. So 250 into 1. So energy is 250 kilo, not kilo. Energy is 250 watt hour. Why? Because kilo will not come. This is for TV. Second is for what? For toaster. What is the power? 1200 watt and time is 10 minutes. Now this 10 minutes I have to convert in terms of hours only. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 10 minutes is equal to. So this is 10 by 60. 1 by 6. So energy is equal to P into T. 1200 into 1 by 6. 6 ones are, 6 twos are, 0, 0. So energy here it is 200 watt hour. Which, give the final answer, which uses more energy? A TV which is used for 1 hour uses more energy than a toaster rated at 1200 watt for 10 minutes. It can be asked in MCQs, children, such questions always. So try to be, usually such are asked in MCQs. It's just a comparison form. Here I have given the whole answer in terms of energy consumed in joules, which is not required. You can keep it as simple as possible. And the last one. An electric heater resistance of 8 ohms which draws 15 ampere current and it serves for 2 hours. calculate the rate, I'll just write that, rate at which heat is developed. Rate at which heat is developed. What is the rate at which heat being developing in something? Which is nothing but power. That you have to always remember here. So that means I have to calculate power. So what is power formula with respect to the given things here? That is nothing but I square R. Right? So what is I? 15 into 15 into 8. 15 15s is 225 into 8. So 225 into 8 will give you 1800 unit. Now heat is measured always in terms of joules. Heat, rate at which heat is developed. Rate is always with respect to time per second. That's the answer. I know. Here there are so many instances, children, where you come across the formulas where what is given, we don't make use of it. But the trick is to understand the given question properly. So, see, the main thing here is what you have to do, make a list of all the formulas. Heat, we have several formulas. Power, we have many formulas, right? The only confusion lies between these two. There are so many different variant formulas. Then we have only Ohm's law formula, that is V is equal to IR. No more clarification here. Then comes the series R1 plus R2. Then comes parallel 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So here you have to always remember in series that current is different, voltage is same, and in parallel current, oh sorry, I wrote the other way, current is same. Always remember, we have parallel connections at home. That means current is same everywhere? No, it is different. So voltage is different. In parallel connection, current is different. Voltage remains the same. We all get the same source, right? Using this, we should know what we have to find. What we have to find equivalent resistance or equivalent current, how we have to find across the resistance. That was the same question we had with respect to power there, right? We should know that when voltage is different in which condition or when voltage is same in which condition. If you only remember that, see the hint what it is given always if the word is specified series or parallel. For the first time when you solve this sums, you might find it difficult, but more once, twice, when you keep on repeating this sum, main thing is learn the formulas first. And sometimes there are some 2 or 3 formulas which will set in a particular sum, but we cannot use it. Why we cannot use it? Because it will have one or the other given condition, series, parallel, across what resistance we are using. Try it out and see. Sometimes you come across a sum where you can use 2 formulas, it will fit into it. But I have used some different formula there, not that. Why have I not used? Try using that formula and see whether you are getting the same answer, whether you are getting a different answer. If different, why? You can ask me, get clarified the things. Only when you solve it, the things are more clearer and clearer, right? So with this we complete electricity chapter and its numericals, both in text, worked example and the exercise numericals.